I was gonna ask Auntie for some folding chairs. She asked me how many. I'm live. I mean, it's 7:04. Hello. Let me get some music playing while I wait for y'all to come in the room. Wait for y'all to come in the room. I was singing up yesterday, y'all. I don't necessarily have to. I'll wait for you guys to come in, come in. Come in the room, the upper room. The upper room. Hi, come in. I want to invite some people. Y'all, today is day 4. Today is day 4. Okay, so you're back, girl. Can you please put my thank you, boo. Can you please put my Instagram stuff in there so that she can follow me, because I want to tell her something. So after I left the live yesterday, girl, I was watching a show, and the Lord revealed another way that you can have soul ties, and that way is to a place. Like if you're in a city and you don't want to leave your city, like you're so tied to this city that you would rather be in what's familiar than where God wants you to be, is another way that we form soul ties to a place. So your city can be a soul tie. Sure, your city can be a soul tie. A place that you visit, that you're willing to be here, not grow. You're like lethal loyalty to these places is another way that you can have a soul tie to a particular place. So glad that you're here. Did you give her the information, Aisha? Like Tier Griffin? Type it in. Yeah, so just add Tier Griffin. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll get started, girl. Tonight we're going to be talking about worth. I'm really, really excited about this conversation because I really struggle in my worth. I really struggled in knowing how worthy I was. I really struggled in presenting that and knowing who I am and what I wanted. It was really hard for me to articulate what I wanted. So I'm really excited about today. Let's go ahead and screen share and let's get started. Okay. Worth. I'm worth it. I had a struggle with knowing my worth, but now I can decree that I am worth it. Let me know, Jay, if you can hear the videos when I play them, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So, Father, we thank you for this day. I didn't pray the last couple of days, but God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your presence. God, I understand that I'm not here on my own accord or for what I want, but God, it is all for your glory. It is all for you to be glorified. It is all for your daughters to get healthy relationships, to love themselves, to attract the godly person that you have for them, to draw closer to you. So, Father, I pray that they hear you and not me. I pray that they will be able to relate. I pray that they will take the wisdom and run with it and see their lives change forever. But today, I thank you that they're going to know that their price just went up. I think that they're going to know their worth, discover their worth, and begin to present it to those that are around them. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Okay, so know your worth. Know your worth by knowing you, get to know you, and the important voices in your life. I took my cues from my worth from everybody else. I took my cues for my worth from what people thought about me, what people said about me, what they thought that I was worth, what that I allowed them to tell me my value. You tell me my value. You tell me how important I am, how special I am, how beautiful I am, because I didn't believe it in myself. Let me get my notepad because I'm going to need this. Awesome. Okay, so you got to know whose voice in your life is more important. Like we talked about the other day, where are you getting your information from? This information should be coming from truth, not facts. This relationship, this information that you're getting should be coming from God more than anything else. It should not be coming from, if my boyfriend doesn't believe this about me, then I don't believe it. If my mama doesn't believe it about me, then I don't believe it. The voice in your life should be such an encourager. It should be such an uplifter. The voice in your life should be able to silence all other voices, all other doubts, and all of that. It's important to know what voice in your life is most important. Okay? It should be God's voice. You get your voice from his voice, and then you can add everybody else's voice behind that. But if their voices in your life, even your own voice, is against what God is saying, we have to realign, because his voice lets us know our worth. Our worth was determined before we were ever born. Our worth was already preset, pre-established before we even took a breath in the earth. Our worth was set before somebody dumped us, before we were rejected. Our worth was already set. Our worth was set before we were raped or molested. Our worth was already set. It did not change because of our life circumstances. It did not change because of what took place in our life. Our worth was already preset, predestined, preordained, and God's vision, God's desire for us, and God's mindset. His you know how they mark things in the store? He already had that before anything ever happened in our life. He knows our end from our beginning. He knows everything that would happen from the day we took our first breath to the day that we leave. And he's already configured all of that. And he says that we were worthy. He thought that we were worth dying for. Sometimes we sing these songs in church and we're like, you thought I was worth saving. You thought I was worth this. You thought I was worth that. And it sounds really good to say. But when that thing hits your spirit, when you're like, okay, I'm worth him dying for me. I'm worth him loving me. And I had a time with God the other day, and it's like my time with God is like revolutionizing my life. And one thing that I used to do was perform for love. And we're not talking about that in this relationship clinic, but I used to perform for love. I mean, put on an entire show, honey, buy your tickets, get a front row seat to my love and how I'm trying to show you that I'm worthy of it. I built my case. I was my own judge, jury, and executioner, prosecution, all of that. I was going to convince you that I was worthy of love. So when I was talking to God the other day, and he told me, you don't have to convince me to love you. I'll let that sit. I'll let that sit for a minute. You don't have to convince me to love you. Now, if I don't got to convince God to love me, I don't got to convince no man to love me. I don't got to convince no job to have me. I don't got to convince no job to promote. I don't need to convince you. I'm going to just show up as I am, who I am. If you want it, cool. If you don't, then that's all right. But when it comes to our worth, when we're rejected, we now have created a deficit in ourselves. Like I'm somehow less than. Your worth was preset. If you're watching the replay or if you're watching this now, go ahead and put in the comment section, my worth was preset. So don't come up off of that worth. Don't come up off of your value because of people, their opinions, or their actions. My worth was preset, period. When it comes to your worth, you got to also ask for what you want. But in order to ask for what you want, you got to know what you want. It is vitally important to know what you want. Sis, what do you want? What do you want from life? What do you want from your future? What do you want from your relationship? What do you want? If somebody was to ask you, what do you want? What would you tell them? I'm gonna just figure it out in the sweet by and by, or I'll figure it out, or I'll know it when I see it. No, what do you want? So that you can articulate it to people. And when these people aren't doing what it is that you feel like you are worth, you can go ahead and dismiss them and not be afraid of walking away. Do you know what your needs are? And are you getting your needs met in yourself, in God first? Are you expecting people to fill you? People to make you feel like you are enough? When it also comes to your worth, you got to understand that you have to believe that you are worthy. So this is a belief system. It is a belief system. You have to believe that you are worthy and that you will receive. Mark 11:24 says, let me see. I got to remember. Say to his mother, be thou removed and be cast into the sea. But believe in your heart. But when you believe that you will receive. When you stand praying, when you stand speaking to this mountain, when you stand expressing this, you got to believe that you will receive, even from God. You got to believe that you're worthy of the good gifts that he wants to give you, not worthy in yourself, but worthy because of Christ. Worthy because you are his daughter. Do you understand? I believe that our royalty is going to be restored on tonight. To understand your royalty and what it means to be a daughter of the king. What it means to be a daughter of the king. What it means to have a father that, see, my biological father didn't do this for me. I had to learn this from God. That I can come to God and ask him for what I need. And I believe that my father is good. And if it's good for me, he's going to give it to me. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I struggle with that from time to time, but I'm allowing myself to trust God and understand that I'm worthy and anything I ask in his name, I can have. When you don't heal, you take that pressure into your relationship and you look for him, what daddy didn't give you, to fill your voids. One thing I used to do, I didn't think that I was worthy, especially when I used to be in places and guys act like they didn't see me. So you don't see me, sir. So you don't see me. So now I'm attention seeking. Now I'm getting ready to do something instead of looking at this like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this is God's protection. I felt somehow rejected, like I was less valuable, like I was unseen. Every child wants to be seen, heard, and loved. Every child wants to be seen, heard, and loved. And when you aren't that need being unfulfilled, you're going to go out and get that. And then you begin to get that at any cost. The cost of discounting myself, the cost of compromising, the cost of being silent, the cost of taking whatever they want to give me because they're just here. Okay? So you can have it all. So I'm going to play this video. Hopefully y'all can hear the sound. Let me know if you can hear the sound. When you know your worth, you can begin to do things like this and be unapologetic about it. Can you hear it? My worth was preset. Yes. Did y'all hear that video? Because I could play it again. She said no. Okay, I'm gonna try to play it over here because I don't know what's going on. I want y'all to hear it. Let me let y'all hear it. Hey sis. Okay, they can't hear. I don't know why. It's not gonna stop me from being great. It's not gonna stop me from. I'm gonna play this video. Her. I just gotta find it. Let me find the video. This is how you gotta be when it comes to your worth. Her name is It Pays to Be Brittany Jack. All right. What a video. See, one monkey don't stop no show. Don't say she deleted it. That would not be the thing to do, sis. Where's the video?
Did you have Jesus. Yes. E-A.
All right, there it goes. So I'm gonna try to play it again. All right. Where is the video? Where is the video? Right here. All right. All right. So basically in that video, she was just saying, she said, I want peace of mind, successful business, faithful husband, loyal friends, healing from trauma, broken generational curses, and to be the first millionaire in her family. You got to know what you want if you want to articulate these things to people. Did y'all hear it that time? Hopefully y'all let me know. They heard it? Okay. So you got to know what you want to articulate to people, to articulate to anybody, to even yourself, so that you don't even give yourself compromises to not be as great as you know you're supposed to be. You got to set your worth with yourself and remind yourself we are worthy of more. So we're not going to get stuck here. We are worthy of more. So I'm not going to settle. We are worthy of more. That I'm not going to keep myself back because of what I don't have, because of what degree I didn't go for. We're not going to keep ourselves back. So you got to know what you want, even remind yourself. Sometimes they said in the, I heard a video, it was like, set the alarm or set your alarm. Y'all don't need to set your alarm because y'all about to wake up. I don't know, but you set an alarm to wake yourself up. You need to preset your worth. So anytime you're not there and it's time to arrive, your alarm will sound. Okay. So what you believe about yourself, high self-worth comes from not being dependent on what's outside, but what's inside. Worth is internal. Worth is internal. We talked about this yesterday. You go to Walmart and somebody come and be like, oh, I found this for $10 and this is really $20. I'm not going to give this to you for less because you say you found it in the wrong spot. You're not going to subscribe to me what this is worth. I know the value of this. So why do we let people subscribe to us with our relationship? What my time is worth? Listen, me being in your life is valuable. My love is valuable. My body is valuable. That don't come from what you say when it used to be what people said. Me sleeping with you told me I was valuable when you slept with me back. But that worth had to come from inside of me. And that worth allowed me to say, okay, this is not, I don't want this. That worth allowed me to say, yeah, I'm not going for that. This worth allowed me to put to stop more things than start a lot of things. I'm not going to sleep with nobody. I'm going to give my body to my husband. I'm not going to waste my time in the wrong places, in the wrong relationships, in the wrong situations. Because this comes from inside of me. I don't need you to tell me what my worth is. I don't need you to mark me up or mark me down. Baby, my price been up. I just didn't recognize it. All right. So it comes from within. You don't need anything to tell you that you are enough or that you are worthy. It's stripped of everything and still knowing your worth. If I have nothing, I'm still worthy. If I have nothing, I'm still his daughter. If I have nothing, I'm still enough. If I have nothing, I'm good. I'm not good when I got the 6-figure job. I'm not good when I got the marriage and the children. I'm not good because you hire me. I'm not good because I got a nice car. I'm not good because I can get 1,000 likes on Instagram. That's not when I'm good. Strip all that away. Do I believe that I'm good? Do I believe that I'm worthy? Do I believe that I'm deserving? That worth comes from inside. Because we allow people to tell us how worthy we are, if we allow likes on Instagram and Facebook, if we allow people who come to our events or don't come to our events to subscribe to us, our worth, it'll fluctuate. I need my worth to be secure. I need my worth to be, I don't need it to fluctuate based on circumstances. This is preset, baby. My worth is preset. That makes me show up differently when it's preset. I'm gonna give you 1,000%, whether the room is empty or the room is full. This is preset. Okay? In script of everything is still knowing your worth, what you carry, that you are enough without adding. Baby, I don't need to add nothing to me. I don't need to add nothing. Just as I am enough. Because yesterday we dealt with insecurities. I didn't feel like I was enough because I didn't have. I didn't feel like I was enough because I wasn't what I wanted to be yet. I was afraid to turn 30, y'all, because I wasn't where I wanted to be. Insecurity. Not understanding that in the epitome, in my nakedness, I am enough with nothing. Because of who I am. I don't do things to be secure. I don't do things to be sure of myself. I don't do things to be confident. I am confident, so I do. I am enough, so I do. I don't do it to become enough. I don't do it to become secure. I don't do it to become worthy. I do it because I am. Okay? Let me see. Y'all talking to me? What y'all saying? Still enough. Been up. Listen, price been up. Yeah, I've been sleeping on me. It's time to wake up. That's what it's saying. Yeah, I'm still enough. With nothing. Baby out of wedlock, I'm still enough. Had an abortion, I'm still enough. Church rejected me, I'm still enough. He don't want me, yo, baby, I'm still enough. Because I used to allow myself to go into this depression. I was so depressed and so sad because he don't want me. Sir, who are you? Without you, I'm enough. Because here I am without you, and look how far I've come. It's not predicated upon you. All right. So what you would have believed what daddy said, but he didn't. So you got to find another source. You got to rehearse it. This worth comes from God. It comes from God. Find the best parts of yourself and enhance them. Tell yourself what you love about you. Homework assignment. What do you love about you? I remember, dating, and I could not wait. What you love about me? What you like about me? Because what you like about me, then I like about me. See, we're not basing it on what you like. What do I like about me? And whatever you don't like, it's your loss. What do I like about me? Yeah, I love my confidence. I love my smile. I love how I love people. I love my ambition. I love my determination. I love how I don't give up. I love how I grow. I love that I'm a student. I love this about me. And this is what I'm coming with. Now, if you got some unreasonable things about you and some things that you can grow and improve in, then improve in those areas. But at the end of the day, I like me. Lisa Nichols said, it's not your job to like me. I like me. Right? But I used to be like, oh, you don't like that part? Let me change it. I know I'm talking good. You don't like that? Okay. Maybe that isn't enough. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Instead of being confident with how God made me and be like, yo, this is me. I can be my unadulterated, pure self. And somebody will like it. Somebody will like it. Instead of waiting for the one that who ain't even supposed to like it. You wasn't even called to like me. I had to learn one thing about preferences because preferences felt like rejection to me. If you don't like what I'm giving, if you don't like what I'm putting out, then that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm less than or if I'm not good enough. Like, you just don't like it. Like, I don't like light-skinned dudes, but somebody else do, and that's okay. You may not like my bubbly personality, and that's okay, but I'm not going to diminish my light, my quality. I'm not going to diminish me anymore. I'm not going to hide behind anything anymore. I'm not going to hide behind fear. I'm not going to hide behind what I don't know. Listen, I am worthy of good things happening to me. And I wait for those opportunities. All right. So let's play this video. I'm not giving the devil no room. That's okay. I'll find it. Bark. Oh, Lord. Coming to America. So we're going to play this. Is the same one? Huh? Oh, it's okay. I have it recorded here. All right. So I'm gonna play this. Oh, hold on. Come on. Let me be great. It might be a little off, but just bear with me. This is how I showed up to relationships.
So,
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
yes, I know this. But I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like,
What kind of music do you like?
whatever kind of music you like.
Look, I know what I like. And I know you know what I like because you were trained to know what I like. But I would like to know what you like. For instance, do you have a favorite food?
Yes,
Good. What is your favorite food?
whatever food you like.
Are you saying that no matter what I tell you to do, you will do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Anything I say, you do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Bark like a dog. A big dog. How on one leg? Make a noise like an orangutan.
Ah, I see the two of you are getting along.
And the thing about that, y'all, the thing about that is so real. The thing about that is so real. And when AJ coming to America too, she was still hopping and barking like a dog. 20 or 30 years later, if you do not shift something in your mind, in your life, in your heart, you're gonna be like this for the rest of your life. Still waiting for somebody to tell you how great, how amazing that you are. Okay? Let me tell you another story. Literally, I lost my rejection based on a lie. I lost my rejection. I lost my virginity based on a lie. I told my friend what I wanted. First of all, let's go back to Prince Hakeem. We think that these men be the prize. I said this yesterday. They do not be the prize. Like the best thing smoking out of heaven. These guys that I dated was nothing. They're God's creation, but they were trash. They needed a lot of work. They were broken. And I was trying to make this broken man be full by loving me. Like he wasn't even worth my time, my energy, and as valuable as I am, I was willing to degrade myself, devalue myself to be with somebody who was not the best thing smoking out of heaven. Okay, so lose my virginity. I told my friend what I wanted. I always wanted to lose my virginity in a hotel room with flowers and dim lights or whatever. I wanted to wait till I got married to lose my virginity. But as I told my friend, that's why it's important, the voice that's in your life, she told me, you'll never have that. You'll never have, no guy is doing that. And I don't know if it's because no guy was doing it for her or what was around me, that they weren't doing it for the women around me, but I believed it because I didn't see it around me. I lost my virginity in my mom's house, my senior year of high school, while my mom was asleep, to a guy who was dating somebody else. I mean, talk about devaluing. Talk about not getting remotely what I wanted. Talk about allowing somebody's voice to be so important that I allowed myself to, I disregarded everything that I said I was worth for a moment that I wish I could get back. Now, I'm not saying I regret it. I'm glad for how my life turned out. But my God, I could have done a little better for myself. I could at least had a bed. I could at least have my own boyfriend. But I didn't feel like I was worth any of that. Slept with the young man, yada, 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 yada. After I left him and started dating somebody else, me and the guy have been together for a couple months. We go to a hotel. I got the bed. and I got the flowers and the candles. But not because he did it for me. I did it for myself. I did it because I was trying to show him what I wanted. After that, plenty of relationships, I was always like trying to reclaim that moment in time. I was trying to redo that experience for myself. Still not feeling quite worthy of it. Still not asking for it because I thought I would be rejected. Let me tell you something. Convenience does not lead to commitment. Convenience does not lead to commitment. When we realized that, when I realized that a guy was not pursuing me, I compromised and I made conveniences. And guess what? Never got the commitment. I even read books like Why Men Marry Bitches. Bitches. It's literally a book. Because I wanted to be a mean girl. Because I was tired of being the nice girl because nice girls weren't finishing first. They weren't finishing at all. Nice girls weren't getting the relationship. So maybe I need to be mean. Maybe I need to be a B. But then I let them talk me out of it like, oh, I don't got to treat him like that. Oh, I can give in. I can be the yes girl because this is what's going to win him over. Every relationship, I'm constantly trying to win somebody over, trying to convince them. Reading the books about not being so available. My mom used to tell me, don't be so available for these boys, T. If he call you, be busy sometimes. But in my mind, I convinced myself that that's playing games. I'm not saying go play games, but I'm saying, sis, remember your worth. The world don't stop because of these people because it's not stopping for you. So it's not about being the nice girl or the mean girl or being the B. Just know your worth, sis. Know your worth, sis. A lot of work that I had to do on myself when it came to daddy issues was my belief had to change. I had a lot of false evidence appearing real and a lot of evidence to back up those fears. But I decided this is not true. This is not true. There has to be more. If you feel that, there is more. And I changed my life. I learned the power of sex, the value of my body. I protected my value by preserving my body, and everyone couldn't just get access to me because I am valuable. We put locks on our house. We put locks on our bank account. We put locks on our phone, but you don't got no lock on your heart. You don't got no lock on your body. You don't give everybody the passcode to your house. So why do we give people passes to our life, passes to our love, passes to our time, especially when they don't deserve it? Especially when they don't deserve it. Making all these allowances for people who wouldn't do the same. I mean, these guys I was dating was not high quality men. But you couldn't tell me that in a moment because I had somebody. It was better to have somebody than to not have somebody. Okay? So I didn't know I could determine my worth rather than waiting for someone to tell me what I'm worth. Okay? We talk about the voices in your life. You get your worth and your belief value from somewhere. So another homework assignment. Ask yourself, where am I getting my belief about my worth, about my body? Because honestly, we weren't taught this. We were taught, don't sleep around. But never was I taught your body is valuable. Who you give your time to is important. What were you taught growing up about your value and your worth? That you now are desperate to be told how worthy you are because you weren't told that growing up. Then how are you communicating your worth to others? We communicate our worth by what we are willing to take. This is not your actual worth. This is just what you're showing up as. You're showing up discounted. We get our worth from God, and then we have to rehearse that truth until the truth breaks our life. Okay? Don't mark yourself down to be more convenient to people who can afford you. We talked about this yesterday, and I don't mean like with money, but they have the time for you, the space for you. But a lot of times I've heard like guys really just, they trying to see, are you the one that I'm gonna sleep with or the one that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with? right? And they want to give you the world, but I saw myself even in dating, what I was not willing to do, other women were. I mean, other women who knew themselves, other women who weren't letting these guys get away with anything. They weren't the nice girl. They weren't the convenient girl. I was the convenient girl. They were the women that kept their standards because they knew their worth. And it could be their worth was based in something completely different. But what I wasn't willing to do, somebody was. And it seemed as if they reaped the benefits of that relationship. So don't mark yourself down to be more convenient for somebody who can give you the things that you're asking for. But because you're not requiring it, then they don't. There's a picture that I saw before when there's a girl that's like lifted up and she's on top of this like on top of this ledge, and there's a guy at the bottom and he's like, yo, come down here. And the girl that's just waiting for her opportunity, waiting for the next guy to come see her, waiting for the next guy to love her, waiting for the next guy to tell her worth. She's like, okay, I'm coming. She's willing to come down to be with him. The woman that's in position who knows her worth, she's up here on this ledge chilling. I mean, she's seated, in position, postured. Like, honey, and it may come off as bougie. Okay, cool. But this is where we at in life, right? And he's like, yo, come down here. Come down here and be with me. And she's like, why don't you come up here? Why don't we require men to come up? Are we afraid that they won't be willing to come up? What is it that causes us not to require more or require what is worth? We get excited for bare minimum. Negro, you're not doing any, you answer the phone. You text back. But because we never had that before, when it happens, we're like, oh my God, this is the best. All he did was answer. All he did was the bare minimum. All he did was the bare minimum. Send me flowers. Like, what am I worth? I'm worth flowers. I'm worth you. And nothing that we do is, oh, men just don't do that. So I'm not going to request that or require that because they just don't do that. Let me tell you something. When a man wants you, he gonna show you he wants you. Flowers, fly you out, fly in, have dinner prearranged. How you think men propose? They gonna ask somebody if he really want, like, I wanted to get to the place where I see this man going out his way for me because I had gone out of my way for so many people. I want to see a man go out his way, call my best friend, call my mama. Listen, I want to take her out. She said she like X, Y, and Z. What you think I can do? Put some effort forth. We don't require the effort because you don't think you worth, sister, you worth the, I almost got hood just now. You worth the pressure. Sis, you worth this. Put in the comment section, I'm worth the pressure. I'm worth the smoke. I'm worth this. Listen, you did it for somebody. You thought that they were worth it. You gotta be worth it. Listen, I'm worth the smoke, sweetheart. I'm worth the pressure, sweetheart. Look at me. 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 Okay, let me fix my little hair. Let me fix some hairdress because I might be off. I just want to make sure that you hearing me. Sis, you worth the smoke. You worth all the pressure. You got to believe that because that's going to make you show up differently. You show up based on what you believe. Sis, you worth, is my shirt on backwards? I feel so crazy over here. Let me, hold on. Because I worth the pressure. You ain't got to tell me. I just know I choking. But you worth the pressure and the smoke. Get it together, sis. I just know I'm over here choking. Oh, much better. Sis, you worth the pressure and you worth the smoke. I used to be so afraid of being myself because I didn't know if I was going to be rejected or not. I used to dim my light because what if you don't like it? It's worth the pressure. Baby, I'm worth the pressure. Listen, I used to tell guys, listen, I'm worth it. It may not seem like it now, but baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth the smoke. Thank you, Janine. I'm just calling you Jay because I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm worth the pressure. I'm worth the smoke. God thought I was worth him laying his life down, so I gotta be worth something. Okay. Heard. So your self-esteem, your worth is formed in your younger years. How we were loved and treated as a child is our pattern and template for how we will form other relationships. If you didn't feel good as a child, you're not going to feel good enough in your adult relationships. If you didn't feel good enough as a child, you're going to constantly do things to feel good enough. You're going to constantly add. You're going to constantly try to acquire. You're going to constantly be getting more degrees and more money. You're going to constantly be trying to be somebody else. You're going to constantly be going after because you're needy. I need this to feel good enough about myself. I feel good enough by myself. When I got my bonnet on in bed by myself at night, I feel really good about myself. I know that I'm loved by my family, by my friends. And I know one day I'm going to be loved by the man that God has for me. I know I'm good enough. I don't need you to validate me. And like when you think about being validated in parking, they validate the thing to say that you were here and you can get free parking. I don't need you to validate me. I used to look for people to validate me, church people to validate me, validate my calling, validate my anointing, validate what I'm called to do. And now I'm waiting for them to give me permission before I do what God commissioned and equipped me to do. Listen, I know what it's like. I was so afraid to ask for what my worth was, especially for me coming to speak. Like I had so much trouble even pricing things. I can't ask for that. What if it's lacking this? What if this? What if this? What if this? All of these different caveats and nuances. I can't ask for that. Why? You know the value of it. Why are you guilty for asking for what you want? Why are you guilty for saying I don't want to have sex before marriage? Why are you guilty? Why are you ashamed because of that? Ask yourself. Why do I feel guilty for asking you to call before coming to my house? Why do I feel guilty about telling you I don't want to give you my number until you talk to me a little bit more on social media? Why are you guilty? When you say I love to talk on the phone, but he only want to text, why are you guilty? It's not what you want. All right, sir, you are dismissed. To the left. Everything you brought with you is in the box to the left. Well, they shouldn't have this stuff in your house anyway, but if they did, put it in the box to the left. You're not willing to give me. I heard these kids talking, high schoolers, and she was like, oh my God, I love affection. Like, yeah, I was so like, whatever. Okay. She was like, I love affection. And the girl was like, well, what if he doesn't want to like give you affection? She said, well, we can't be together. She was so sure about what she wanted that she was not willing to take anything less. She said, I love affection. I love affection. She said it over. I love affection. And if you can't give me that, then we done talking. We try to keep them as friends, and hopefully I can convince him to hug me, or maybe if I hug him enough, then he'll get it's not worth it. I was thinking about this on the way to work today. So when you're going to get your house, you already have your price range for your house, right? So I want to buy a house between $275,000 to $350,000. I'm only going to be looking for houses in that price range. So if somebody sends me a house for $200,000, I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to entertain it. Why? That's not what I want. I already have my prerequisites for what I want. And I believe that what I want, I can have because I've seen other people have it. This is what I want. All right. So you carry that mindset. You look for someone to do what you needed, then never making the right connection. I got to know myself. I learned to love myself. You cannot love you until you know you. And until you love you, you won't value you. And until you value you, you won't protect you. So it's time to know your worth and add some tax. Okay. Worth comes from knowing who you are. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of whatever you feel like your inner critic has been telling you. You're not worthy of that. Let's change that. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of attention. I'm worthy of affection. I'm worthy of a faithful husband. Because I saw one girl say, some girl that's like a rapper, he could cheat on me as long as I'm his main. I'm worthy to be your only option. I'm worthy to be a priority. I'm worthy of this. No, I may not do everything right, but gosh darn it, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy of being called back. I'm worthy of being reassured. Not saying I need all your assurance, but listen, put in the comment section what you're worthy of. I'm worthy of that. I'm worthy to set my prices and have you pay it. I'm worthy of a wedding ring. I'm worthy of a wedding. I'm worthy of a mutual respect. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And nobody can tell me no different. And don't allow anybody to tell you any different. You're worthy. Whatever your what is, put your what in the comment section and let them know. I'm worthy. I'm worth all of that. That one thing that you've been fighting yourself about, I'm worthy. I saw Tony Gaskin say it. He said, "You know a man loves you when he's willing to sacrifice." I'm worth. The Bible says that a husband lays down his life for his wife. I'm worthy to be fought. Let me tell you something, because I'm encouraging myself. Listen, I'm worthy to be fought for. Yeah, I'm worthy for you to get better for. I'm worthy for you to be faithful. I think, was I telling you the story? She was like, I think something like he cheated, but he keep like, listen, I'm not worth the back and forth. I'm worthy of no drama. I'm worthy of you keeping your wife, not your wife, your exes in their place, your baby mamas. I'm not worthy of that baby mama drama, and I'm not taking it. Okay. So someone, all right, I said that, some in the wrong place, preset, can't see you behind your, okay. So the problem is they can't see us behind our discounts. So you start marking yourself down when you want something to change. Like if you're ready for your status to change, you'll mark yourself down. I just want a relationship. Just give me a relationship, whatever it costs, whatever. Marking myself down. No one checking for you. So it must be you. No, that doesn't say that it's you. Maybe you're hidden. It was the time I was hidden. So your value has to be sought after. You have to seek your value. You have to discover your value, set it, and then share it. So don't get your value set and then you be like, I can't really tell you what I'm worth. Like, I don't want to tell you. Now, listen, this is my price. Okay? This is what it this is what it costs. To be with me, this is what it costs. Like, because if it's not monetary, it costs something. You may have to give up something. In marriage, there's compromise. But here's my value. Here's what's it going to take. But I would have never done that before because I was so afraid of being rejected. What if you won't accept it? What if you don't agree? Listen, my value is not up for negotiation. I'm talking good. I'm talking good. My value is not up for negotiation. Thank you, Jay. I'm worthy of a partner who admires me, loves you, loves your socks off, loves your pants off. You are worthy of that. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. Absolutely. What was I saying? I done forgot what I was saying. My worth and value is not up for negotiation. We're not about to, listen, we're not about to talk about what you think I'm worth. We're not about to talk about it. We're not about to have no conference about it. This is not up for discussion. This is what I said. I said what I said. This is what I want. I want to talk on the phone. I'm not about to be texting you all day. I want to fall asleep on the phone sometimes. I'm worthy of a man who is ready to marry, a man who is ready to date. I'm worthy of that. I'm not worthy of a man who still don't know what he wants, who's juggling females, who's unsure about his identity or his sexuality. I don't want it. I'm worthy of a man I'm attracted to. Church, who try to tell you that you can't marry a good-looking man, your husband fine, and you trying to tell me as a single person that it's okay if my husband ugly. Nah, you can keep your ugly husband. I want a good-looking man. I'm worthy of that. I got to think about my children. One girl in the church told me, well, what if your husband is missing a leg? Is your husband missing a leg? Why do I have to have the man that ain't got no leg? I'm worthy of 2 feet. I'm just saying. All right, let me get back to sharing. All right. So I want you to know that circumstances are a page in the book. This is not your identity. Rejection is not your identity. Okay, your identity is who you are in God. You're not unwanted. You're not unlovable. You're not unlovable. You're not unacceptable. You're not unimportant. You're not unattractive, and you're not unworthy. Just because one person didn't want you, didn't want to love you, didn't accept you, didn't find you important, didn't find you attractive, didn't find you worthy, doesn't mean that you're this thing. Change your belief. Change your belief. So last page, but I'm about to do a demonstration really quickly. And yeah. So I don't care who told you something in the past. It's time to reset it and don't mark yourself down ever again. You want to show people your full price, not your discount. How are you showing up in front of people? As your lesser self or as your best self? Are you showing up discounting yourself? I guess I'll take what I can get. Well, I am 30, 35. It might not happen for me. It's better to have a piece of them than none of them at all. It's okay if he travels and he has another wife. Must not be nothing because he doesn't want me. You should feel proud when you can keep your value and your worth set and the person walks off and you haven't lost a part of yourself. When you haven't sold a part of yourself out. Y'all, it makes me smile when I don't got to sell myself out to get somebody. I don't got to sell my soul. I don't have to lose a part of myself to gain you. What kind of relationship is that? But we discount ourselves trying to please people. What's this one saying? I hope it sticks. 75% off. People pleasing. Trying to be like the girl next door. Will you accept less when you know you're worth more? You are not an auction. You are an auction, not a yard sale. The auction, it goes to the highest bidder. That man up there saying these numbers all fast and whatnot. I mean, he going, and the price keep going up. Because these items are one of a kind. They're deemed valuable. We put more value on stuff than on people. There's only one of you are the only one in the world like you. This ain't a free-for-all. There's not multiple use, manufactured, reproduced, where you can go to a yard sale or a consignment store and it's a bunch of stuff in it that has less value. I'm going to the highest bidder. I'm worthy of a high caliber man. Okay? I'm not a yard sale. You're not about to, this is the last item at this yard sale and it's only $5, but we fighting over it. Or you marketing, I never see Lamborghini say, oh, we running a special today. We running a special today. Half off. They know their value. Rolls Royce know their value. And you are more valuable than a car. So listen, I'm not marking myself down. I'm not smart enough. I didn't go to school. I didn't get an education for that. How much does that say? How much does what say, Maisha? 25% off, because I ain't got my degree. I had an abortion or children out of wedlock. I'm free because I'm damaged goods. I mean, I'm a divorcee. Who would want to marry me now? Who would want to marry me now? You got to show up as your full price and not your discounted self. Because when people look at you, people that you want to marry, date, or be in their company, they see your discounts. They see your discounts. They don't see that you want to stick. Now I gotta show you who's boss. You show them your discounts. Y'all follow me? You show them your discounts. I'm only worth this. You're not showing up unapologetic. You're not showing up not guilty, not ashamed, not afraid. What they will want, someone else will. Okay? I don't want to have sex before marriage. Well, I do. Oh, well, I am 30, so I need to get my husband. Following the world's way. Discount. The world will never bring you more satisfaction than the plan of God. Discount. Accepting bad behavior, toxic behavior, 30% off. This resonating with y'all? Not speaking up for myself, not able to say no. So I'm just taking whatever you give me. Discount, 15% off. Not having no boundaries, not following through on my boundaries. I'm not as smart. I'm not as good as her. I had a failed relationship, y'all. I lost my virginity. I was raped. I was molested, damaged. I don't deserve that because my daddy left. Even my dad left me. Every man leaves. So a man wants to stay. What do I got to do to make you stay? Free. Discounting myself. Become more convenient. I go on sale. Let me tell you something. You can be complete now. You can be whole now, not when, but now, not predicated on anybody else, but now. You are worthy now, friend. Do not let nobody tell you that you're not worth it. Don't let nobody tell you what they're going to give you. Don't let nobody tell you how they're going to love you. This is how I want to be loved. Now, if you want to love me like this, then cool. But if not, I'm not discounting myself. We show up like this to relationships. We show up like this to relationships, and we expecting people to give us more. But sis, this is how you're presenting yourself. You're telling me that you're on sale. You're telling me that I can give you less than. Why would I give you more? Why would I give you more? Why would I give my best when you're doing it all? You don't see my value. And people don't see your value because when they do come around, you're like, oh, I'm not worth that. You don't got to do that. No, you don't got to open my door. No, you don't got to do that. No, you don't got to do that. They see your discounts, and you wonder why you attracting the people that you attracting. You wonder why you attracting the people that you are attracting. You wonder why you attracting the people that you are attracting because you're showing up on sale. Whenever there's a sale on a door, on a window, on these stores, people who love sales and bargains, who don't want to pay the full price for it, they come running out. You telling a man by your actions and how you're communicating and what you're accepting from them, this is what I'm worth. I'm not worth full price. I'm not worth you going above and beyond because I'm not smart enough. Because I have a past. You know, because I was in love properly before. Now I'm so hurt that I can't trust. I had an abortion. I got 4 kids. What man's gonna want me with 4 kids? Whatever your situation is, however you see yourself, however you've discounted yourself, be honest. She said she's so glad she stumbled across my channel. She analyzed her relationships because she see there was a pattern. We will talk. I can't wait to talk to you, girl. But this is how we're showing up. How are you discounting yourself? What do you tell yourself that you're not worthy of? And what's the reason? Don't go above and beyond for me. I'm not worth that. Almost like the woman at the well. She told Jesus, do you not know who I am? Do you not know what I've done? She said, the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. But God saw her and her value, and he restored it to what he knew. Not only her, but Hagar, who slept with Abraham, and they had a baby, and Sarah put her out. Somebody who she needed before, somebody who was working for her before. Now she done got herself in this love triangle. But she said, El Roye, the one who sees, God saw her, even in her mistakes. Just because you make a mistake does not mean that you're no longer worthy. Just because you don't do everything right don't mean that you're no longer worthy. Just because things failed in your life don't mean you're no longer worthy. Just because you were fired does not mean that you're no longer worthy. I was afraid that if I told them the real value, my real standard, and I stayed there, I may miss out on opportunities. I bind the spirit of FOMO. I bind the spirit of the fear of missing out. Because when you are afraid of missing out, you'll go for the temporary and lesser thing. because you don't know if another opportunity will come again. I remember watching the movie Acrimony, and they offered him $800,000 when they knew good and well it was worth more than that. But he wasn't desperate. He wasn't going to settle for that because that's what they wanted to give him. See, people will give you, people know what they be doing sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, they know what they be doing. They knew it was worth more, but how much are you willing to take? They came back and offered him like $1 billion. When you're full, when you're not needy, when you're not desperate, you can take your time and not settle for the less that people try to give you. Listen, baby, I know my worth. I'm worth the pressure. And if you don't want to give this to me, I'll go to somebody else because I know what it's worth. I didn't know my value until I started studying and listening to teachings about women, about the things that I wanted. And I was like, dang, I can ask for that. I can get that. I can have that. But see, the problem is daddy issues warped my thoughts about myself, which influences what I felt I was worth, which led to what I began to accept. It was a downhill spiral. And when you aren't whole, you will always have an incomplete relationship. When you're not whole, you're going to show up like this with your needs, with your emptiness, with your voids. Just fill me. If you don't got to do nothing to have me, you can just have me because I need you to be full. Because without you, I am deficient. I am at a deficit without you. I don't know who I am without you. I don't know who I am without this job, without this grudge. I don't know who I am if I forgive. Your worth is attached to your wholeness. I had no idea how valuable I was. I had no idea that my life was valuable. That's why I'm not going to commit suicide. That's why I'm not going to check out, because my life, the breath in my body is valuable. I'm not marked down. I may not be the smartest one on the block, but let me tell you something, I'm smart. I may have had a past, but let me tell you something, that does not change my worth. My love is valuable, even if you decided not to love me. My personality is amazing, even if you walked away. Daddy not being in my life, it's all right. I'm valuable. I'm worth it. I'm worth the pressure. I'm worth the smoke. I'm not marking I don't deserve to be marked down. I'm a high ticket item. I am one of a kind. There's nobody else like me in the world because I spent time with myself. I value myself. I protect I'm not giving anybody access. I don't got to do no commercial. I don't got to put a for sale sign up because I'm ready to move into the next status or next season of my life, baby. If you don't see it, then I'm sorry. If you don't get it, it's not meant for you to understand. What happens when you know that you are the table? Prophetess Leslie, something going around now is she said, somebody asked her, what do you bring to the table? She said, I am the table. I was coming to relationships, bringing the table, the fork, the spoons, and the food to eat on, and he just was coming just to sit at what I built. Build your life and don't wait for somebody to come in to complete it. Baby, when you come on full, and if you aren't careful, you will allow people to label you what you are worth. And that will keep you stuck and limited every single time. So your homework assignment is to write out your beliefs, what you believe, and what are your confessions going forward. If you want to confess that I'm worth the smoke, if you want to confess what you're worthy of, write it down, and this is your prescription for the next 30 days. This is your confession for the next 30 days. Because what you have to do is you have to create a new belief system. You have to create a new, y'all ain't telling me that my price still on it because I'm not free. I'm worth I'm a high ticket item. If you're going to auction me, I'm going for the most. The most. The best. All right. So what I was saying was, you have to create a new belief system. Our minds, whenever we hear a thought, like as you're hearing me, your brain is creating new patterns and new wavelengths. Your brain is creating new branches of understanding. We got to destroy those old ones. That's a lie. I don't live by that narrative. I don't live by that narrative. I'm creating new thoughts with my words. The Bible says that the world was created by his words. You can create the life that you want. You can create the love that you want by your words. All right. So I have one more video. And we are wrapping up. This has been a great week. Oh, that's it. There you go. Let me play it for y'all. I am the table. If you need to confess this, see, you gotta go discover your worth, discover your value, and then you gotta decree it. All right.
Bring to the table. I am the table.
Okay. That didn't work out like I planned. My thing ain't on. Why you couldn't turn off on us? We working. All right. Come back on. All right. Now why? One more time.
Someone asks, what do you bring to the table? I am the table.
So next time somebody asks you, what do you bring to the table? Listen, I am the table. I'm fully loaded. I'm fully enlarged. I'm not waiting for you to love me. I'm not waiting for you to value me. I am the table. I am the best thing smoking. I am one of a kind. I'm worth the love, the smoke, the pressure. I'm worth it all. I am the table. I'm enlarged. I'm traveled. I'm cultured. I pursue my dreams. It don't happen when you come. Life don't start when you come. Life don't start when I get the job. I am the table. I am the table. Come on, like put in the comment section, I am the table. I am say your I am needs to be what you want. I am worthy. I am deserving, because you've been repeating what people said to you. I am lovable. I am lovable. I am loved. I am important. I am cared for. I am special. I am amazing. I am one of a kind. My love is the best love out here. Whenever I love a man, he becomes better. And I'm not trying to love him because he's deficient, or love him because without me he can't do. I don't want a baby. I want a man. The Bible says when he finds his wife, he finds favor. My husband life levels up. I tell people, whenever you come into my life and connect with me, your life levels up. Listen, baby, because you hear this conversation, your price just went up. You won't be taking anything from anybody. You're not just going to receive and settle. You're going to go for the highest price. You're not going to just take what they give you. You're going to know your worth, and you are getting ready to add tax. Listen, I'm going to a new tax bracket in my emotional space. I'm going to the next tax bracket in my peace. I'm going to the next tax bracket in my healing. I'm going from level to level, faith to faith, glory to glory. I'm going to the next level. Because I was made for just more. I was made for more than what I've been receiving. I've been made for more than I've been getting. I've been made for more than what I'm familiar with. I've been made for more than what I'm comfortable with. I'm made for more. I haven't seen the more, but that doesn't mean that the more is not getting ready to enter my life. I'm made for more. I deserve everything that I'm getting ready to go after. because I'm the table. I'm the plug. I'm gonna close with this. I was waiting for everybody else to come in my life and tell me who I was. Little did I know that the greatest thing ever was me. I was the thing I was missing. And that makes me walk different. So this week, don't walk with your head down. Even if you don't know the answer, you better walk like all the answers are in you. Confident, not lying, not making it seem like it's more than what it is. You're tapping into something that you haven't tapped into before. You're tapping into what you've buried. I keep my head up high. I don't come into rooms feeling inferior. I don't come into rooms feeling less than. I don't come into rooms feeling dim. Listen, I'm here. And that makes things better. And once you start to believe that about yourself, it'll change everything else around you. You are the thing that's been missing. So tomorrow we're going to talk about it, letting your soul glow. And I'm going to tell you how you're going to find your value, how you're going to find your worth and add tags. I'm so excited. If all hearts and minds are cleared, I've poured. And I'm glad that you sat with me. You are the table. Take that with you. Take that with you. You are the table. Love you guys.